Hello, Sunita. Hello, Monica.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yeah, Madhu. Madhu, which department you are from?
I'm from botany.
Botany. Okay. So, how is your experience with Venki?
It's very good. अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है.
Okay, you are from Delhi University only?
Ma'am, I'm from JNK. I'm from Jammu University.
Okay.
Yes.
Bringing the beauty of Jammu.
Yes, I'm representing beauty of Jammu. Everything is new to me, actually. So I'm trying to adjust myself. To a certain extent, I have adjusted myself, but perhaps it will take some more time to get into the system completely.
Right. Yeah. Welcome to Venkateshwara College.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Shukla is also there. Shukla ma'am, I have sent you a request to join as a panelist. You may please rejoin.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Please check my
Yes.
audio.
Yeah, you are audible, Ritika.
Okay, thank you.
You're from Department of English.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shibani, I'm promoting you to a panelist.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Shibani, you are from Department of
Economics. Yes, ma'am.
If there is any participant in the attendees list, a teacher in the attendees list, please raise your hand. I'll make you a panelist. Dr. Vinita is here. Siddharth. If you're a teacher, I'm promoting you to a panelist. Okay, who has joined with the name admin?
Yeah, myself, Dr. Samit from Geology Department.
Acha, okay. What is your, I didn't get your name, sorry.
Dr. Sumit Raj.
Sumit, okay.
Vinita ma'am is also there, ma'am. Chemistry.
Vinita. Hello.
Science and Society.
Anyone else, any other teacher in attendees, please raise your hand. We'll make you a panelist. Siddharth, which department you are from? Siddharth, you are not audible, please. Is anybody there from Department of Biochemistry? Please raise your hand. Department of Biochemistry. Dr. Hari, I'm promoting you to as a panelist. Please rejoin. Neha, I'm promoting you as a panelist. Please rejoin.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, Neha.
एक मिनट ना बेटे.
I can see a panelist with name Siddharth. Your audio is not connected. Dr. Vinita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Vinita, can you just check whether you can share your screen or not? That rights are there with you.
It's disabled.
It is disabled.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there any teacher in the attendees list? Please raise your hand. We'll make you a panelist.
Ma'am, there are.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Rekha Yadav. I have promoted you to as a panelist. Please rejoin. Sabha, I have promoted you as a panelist. Siddharth, I have promoted you as a panelist. Any teacher in attendees, you may please raise your hand. We'll promote you as a panelist. Dr. Dhruv, you are from Department of Hindi?
Yes, ma'am.
You are from Department of Hindi?
Namaskar. जी ma'am. Namaste.
Namaskar. Namaskar. Vinita, just check now. Are you able to share the screen? No? Who is from Department of Biochemistry?
Madam, myself, Siddhartha.
Okay, fine. There is a small problem because they have not given the rights of sharing the screen to panelists. We have to make them co-host. There cannot be too many co-hosts. So as the turn comes, they will make the co-host and you will be able to share your screen. If there is any teacher in the attendees list, please raise your hand. We'll make you a panelist. Okay, so I think we should start. So already we have waited 10 minutes. So, okay, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of IQAC Shri Venkateshwara College, I extend a very warm welcome to all teachers and first-year students present in the meeting. This is in continuation to the initiative taken by IQAC to help students to make an informed choice as far as value addition courses are concerned. Value addition courses seek to fulfill the mandate of providing holistic education to the students as one of the objectives outlined in the National Education Policy 2020. Designed to ignite the intellectual curiosity of the learners, the value addition courses will inspire and guide students in their journey of personal and professional development. Same as the first semester, all the students who pursue any undergraduate program in the college are offered with a pool of value addition courses from which they have to choose one paper in the second semester. But please note that this paper cannot be the same as the VAC paper studied in the first semester. All these value education courses are department independent. It does not matter which department is offering which paper, only the title of the paper matters. The title of the paper chosen in the first semester cannot be same as chosen in the second semester. So there is a pool of 24 VACs notified by the university, and 2 more courses have been added in the pool yesterday, which makes the count as 26. So out of 26, our college, Sri Venkateshwara College, is offering 17 VAC papers, which is a very good number. So you may choose any one VAC except the one which you have studied in the previous semester. And if you wish to choose one of the VACs not being offered by the college, you shall be required to attend the classes of the VAC at one of the cluster colleges offering that paper in order to study the same. In that case, you may write an email to nodal officer, South Cluster Colleges, along with the name of the paper you wish to study and your detail. The last date to fill the form for VAC preferences and to go to cluster colleges is 26th of March. I'm sharing my screen so that I can give you an idea. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So this is the notification you must have received by the college yesterday. This has been emailed to all the students. This says that here is the link of the form which you have to fill to give your preferences for SAC and VAC. Okay, this form is disabled right now. You cannot fill it right now. After attending the SAC and VAC orientations, you will be able to make a better decision. So after both the orientations, this form will start taking the responses. These are the links of the Zoom meetings for all the 3 orientations. Yes, here there are 4 notes. Please read these instructions very, very carefully. First point is students of second semester cannot opt for the VAC and or SAC which they have studied in the first semester. Please keep this in mind while filling the form. Okay, come to the third point. It says you may view the list of all 24 VACs here. There is a hyperlink here. When you click it, it will take you to the DU website. This page, this contains the list of all 24 VACs notified by the university along with the syllabus. 2 more VACs are added, Vedic Mathematics 2 and NCC 2. So our college was offering Vedic Mathematics 1 and now Vedic Mathematics 2 is also being notified. So we are also offering Vedic Mathematics 2. These two courses are in progression of Vedic Mathematics 1 and NCC 1. So our college is offering out of 26, these 17 papers. Ayurveda and Nutrition, The Art of Being Happy, Science and Society, Social and Emotional Learning, Digital Empowerment, Emotional Intelligence, Ethics and Culture, Financial Literacy, Bhartiya Bhakti, Parampara or Manav Mulya, Vedic Mathematics 2, Constitutional Values and Fundamental Duties, Panchkosha, Holistic Development of Personality, Culture and Communication, Swachh Bharat, Ecology and Literature, Gandhi and Education, and Fit India. These are the 17 papers offered by the college. You will find this list while filling the form where you will fill your preferences. So we have asked for 2 preferences for VAC as well as 2 preferences for SAT. The final allocation will be later depending on the data. So last date of filling the form is 26th of March. Please keep this in mind. Okay, so we can start with the paper-wise presentation now. First, we have Department of Biochemistry with us. They are presenting for the art of being happy. Dr. Siddharth, you may take over now.
Yeah. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. I'll share the screen. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. As part of the VAC value addition course, the Department of Biochemistry is offering the course entitled The Art of Being Happy, which has 2 credits, 1 credit for theory, one credit for practicals. So this American social reformer quoted that the art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from the common things. So one needs to cherish and be happy with the small things you do in a daily basis, interacting with people and singing or like some extracurricular activities and so on. Basically, I will try to discuss a topic listed in the syllabus, where some called Panchkosh theory. Where Panchkosh theory deals with the philosophy of based upon the yoga from Indian culture, where we have 5 different layers. The first layer is Anama Kosha, where it's basically will be something deals with the physical body. The food we eat will be created, and the more we concentrate on the extremes, we will become obese. Then the Pranamaya Kosha, where it's about the biology or the vitals, where the various functions of the physical body, the mental and psychic spiritual energy will be dealt about this on this kosha. And Manomaya Kosha, it's about the emotional body, where mental and psychological component will be involved, and it is made up of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And this is responsible for the happiness and unhappiness. The other one, the other layer called Vijnan Kosha, or the intellectual component, the brain will help us to decide and judge whether it is right or wrong, and to discriminate based upon the vision. And the Anandamaya, the bliss or the happiness, which is the inner part, nothing but the inner soul or the divine spark. Very few people will achieve this inner soul, like saints and few exceptional cases, and say that most people say the common man will reach this last or the innest one once they are died or like they end up in the grave. So these are the syllabus where we will be teaching about the definitions and the factors of happiness and how to cope with the stress, where all the people are under stress. Even the student might be feeling the stress. We'll teach how to cope up with the stress. And the unit 2, which I have already discussed about Panchagosha and different stages of happiness. And in unit 3, we will be teaching about the cultural and about the happiness and towards how the interpersonal relationship will help us to improve the happiness and release some stress levels. And we'll talk about the key indicators of happiness and what are the different indicators to measure happiness. And so right now, taking the Forbes list, Finland, Denmark, and Switzerland are top in the list in the happiest countries in the globe. And we'll discuss where India lies in the global list and come to the practical components. We'll have a community surveys, like the students will be taken to yoga or medical centers to promote their positive mental health. And we'll tell the students or like encourage the students to help the needy people. And we will conduct workshops to encourage their innate capabilities. And we will ask the students to share their experience by audiovisual presentations. So thank you. If students have any queries, they can come and talk to me or they can mail me. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Siddharth.
Thank you, madam.
You may write your email address in the chat box.
Okay, madam, I will.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, you may stop sharing now.
Okay.
So this was about art of being happy. Now we have Dr. Madhuraina. She will tell us about Ayurveda and nutrition. After Madhu, there is Science and Society by Dr. Vinita. And next is Dr. Neha. These may be promoted as co-hosts.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible. The PPT is visible.
Okay, good afternoon, my dear senior colleagues, fellow colleagues and dear students. I, Madhu Rana, on behalf of Department of Botany, am here to give an orientation on the course that our department is offering. So the value-added course that the Department of Botany is offering is Ayurveda and Nutrition. As we all know that Ayurveda is a traditional system of natural and holistic approach that has its roots in ancient India. In the past few years, Ayurveda has gained immense popularity among the masses owing to its overall healing and almost zero side effect qualities that have made people grow fond of it. Compared to the previous times, more people have recognized the value of Ayurveda and restored the faith in it time and again. So Department of Botany is offering this course since it is an endeavor towards creating a healthy community by proliferating nutrition related information as per the Ayurvedic system. Why should students opt this course? Well, we believe that Ayurveda works in a perfect harmony with the alternative approaches, be it the medication or nutrition. So it is practical for everyday use. Ayurveda helps reclaim health with the balanced dietary guidelines, effective sleep patterns, home remedies, daily and seasonal routines, yoga, expertise patterns, and many more. So in the present date, more and more people are actually, choosing a traditional and holistic system of medication and nutrition over the conventional ones. So this makes it even more important for healthcare and professional to have an understanding of traditional branches of nutrition or medication like Ayurveda. So, students, you must be already knowing that this value-added course is a 2-credit course that spreads across 3-unit theory and few interesting practicals. And if you narrow down to these units, the basic learning objectives are introducing students to the Ayurvedic nutrition, linking Ayurvedic nutrition with the dietary health practices, analyzing the basic code of belief of traditional diets and health recipes, and of course understanding the contemporary food habits. So if students, you may get also the chance to visit Delhi University and outside the premise, if you happen to come to join this particular course, you may also get a chance to share your experience in the form of audio visual presentations. So the learning outcomes, if students opt this course, you will be landing at certain outcomes, like we are sure that you would be aware of traditional food cultures of India. You will be capable to evaluate the changing food patterns and lifestyles over the years, understanding the Indian knowledge system, as well as the key Vedic principles with respect to food and nutrition. And you would be capable enough to apply basic belief of traditional diets for health and disease, and above all, you would be to a certain extent competent enough to prepare selected healthy recipes based on the Ayurvedic principles. So far as career options are concerned, Ayurveda has not just grown as a branch of nutrition as well as the medication catering to health problems, but also has opened several career avenues for the youth, with more and more people heading towards Ayurvedic avenues nowadays. This has now been seen as a serious career options. So you can see I have given certain a list so far as the career opportunities are concerned, and the list is is quite sufficient, and you can see many options are there for you, especially students who are interested in field work and research can opt for these courses, which will open doors for them. So in the end, I would like to suggest that if you are someone who is actually looking to learn more about sustainable and holistic diet therapy, this course on Ayurveda nutrition is surely for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Thank you, Madhu. It is requested to admin, please make Vinita a co-host. And next is Neha Singhal. Next, we have with us Dr. Vinita. She'll be talking about science and society.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you.
I would request screen sharing rights. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes.
So, good afternoon, students. On behalf of Department of Chemistry, I'm here to take you through the highlights of the VAC course, Science and Society. And let's quickly go through the structure of the course. Most of you must be familiar because you have been through VAC in semester 1. So just quickly to brief you through this, it will be a 2-credit paper with equal distribution of theory and practical credits. So these both the components will be having internal assessment as well as university exam component, as has been prescribed by the exam branch and the University of Delhi guidelines. Then taking you through the broad contents of the syllabus, the course is divided into 3 units. First unit is science and technology from ancient to modern times, where we will be talking about how science has evolved from ancient to what it is in the current state. What are the various scientific methods that are being commonly followed? What are the common myths and facts? Sometimes we tend to fall for certain myths, and what has been a practice over the years, we just simply follow without going through the scientific logic behind it. The importance of observations and all these things will be taken in the first unit. Then the second unit talks about the scientific principles and concepts in daily life, where we will talk about some common structures and practices that are established in our society, like it can be water harvesting, what is an eclipse, what is photosynthesis, what is transpiration, what are the common agricultural practices followed by our society, some natural phenomena that we observe in day-to-day life. So it is a very interesting blend of so many things. Why you need to sanitize your hands, why a particular percentage of alcohol you are using in a sanitizer. So all these things we have become even more aware of after COVID has hit us. So these are some things which I would say everybody should be knowing, not only a science student, but everybody, for general awareness. What is the importance of washing hands? We all say, haath dhona hai, 10 seconds ke liye haath dhona hi dhona hai. So what is the logic behind this? How insects are able to walk on the surface of water? What is the reason why an eclipse occurs or why a rainbow occurs? So many things which we observe in nature. Then the third unit will talk about the contemporary developments in science, like what progress science has made in public health, hygiene, nutrition, the white revolution and green revolution. You must have studied till your school level also. So these are very, very fundamental things, not going into the details. So it is not going to require a science background, but basic scientific curiosity, if you have about the things that happen around you, this course is for you. The wow factor in science is the basic key. It wants to promote interdisciplinarity, not like जिसने साइंस पढ़ा है तो आगे वो ये वाला कोर्स ले बाकी नहीं ले, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Everybody is welcome, and we will be having many interesting field visits, lab visits, hands-on sessions, demonstrations. We will have interesting TED Talks. We will arrange several lectures from people who are working towards the progress of science. So it's a very interesting blend of activities, and how it is going to benefit you. As I said, it is an interdisciplinary course, and it will focus on things which are happening around you. So basic scientific curiosity and awareness everybody needs. The basic technological developments. So many things are happening in today's world. Chat GPT is the latest. So we need to know, we need to upgrade and upscale our technology, because we have to keep up our pace with the changing times. So all of this we will be learning with fun. So if you have any queries about the course, of course, the syllabus details are there on the website. You can access that. Still, if you have any more queries, you can write to us at our departmental email ID, chemistry@svc.ac.in. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Ma'am, you are muted. Deepti ma'am.
Neha ma'am, you may start.
Yeah.
I think Deepti ma'am is having some problem. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Neha Singhal, on behalf of Department of Commerce, welcome you all in this VAC orientation. Let me start. Let me share my screen. Just a second. Ma'am, I'm unable to share my screen.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask Naveen. I think आप co-host नहीं बने हैं अभी शायद.
Neha, you
I
are a
am-
co-host. Yes, you are a co-host.
Ma'am, I'm co-host. Let me try once again.
हाँ.
Ma'am, can someone else start? Meanwhile, I work on my this screen sharing.
Okay, no problem. Next, we have
Electronics.
Department of Electronics. Yeah. Dr. Hari Singh?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I request admin to please promote Hari Singh as a co-host.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible, Hari. Please try sharing your screen, Hari.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible, Hari. Yeah.
A very good afternoon to all the respected colleagues and my dear students. So the Department of Electronics is basically going to float this paper, which is called the Social and Emotional Learning. So this is basically a 2-credit course in which we will be having a 1-hour theory and 2 hours for the lab. The learning objective of this paper is to know about the self, know about the others and the environment, to know about the social and emotional awareness, and to have a social well-being, personal well-being, and emotional well-being, so that we can have a harmonious coexistence. After studying this paper, the learning outcomes will be like we will be able to know about the self, environment, and others, and we will be having a compassion and empathy, the joy of giving, and we shall evolve emotionally to understand the discriminatory practices and explore the possible solutions to have the harmonious society. The paper is basically divided in 4 units. In unit 1, we will be knowing about the self. We will be discussing what to expect from this particular course, how one can be happy or unhappy, what is the difference between the outer and inner sources of happiness, and what is joy of giving. The unit 2 is about the social relationships and the mindfulness. What is the difference between the sharing and the power with the peers, with the family, friends, and the society? How we go beyond the power, the relationship through open conversations, the value of silence and reflection, and the practice of mindfulness. The unit 3 is about the self-image, status, self-worth, and digital identity. Here we will be able to understand and accepting and valuing the oneself, understanding what is the gendered world, identify and transcending the social stereotypes, cultural stereotypes, and various other stereotypes, and the discrimination and what are the various forms of the discrimination. The unit 4 is about the lifestyle choices and stress management. Here we will be discussing what choices does one get to make, how the choices are influenced, whether it is a relationship choice or a career choice. We will also discuss about the career pressure, examinations, how to deal with the disappointments, coping skills, health and fitness, how to connect with the nature to have a sensitivity towards the others. As a part of practical, we will be knowing about, we'll be having various activities and various sessions to know about all these things, to know the self, know others, what is self-image, the friend, family, society, and the relationship with all of them, various emotions, importance of silence, importance of gratitude, what is mindfulness, happiness and pleasure, the difference between both of them, what are the lifestyle choices, how they are affected, what is gender, how gender roles are defined, what is digital identity, career choices, career pressure, peer pressure, and examination. So have a happy stay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Hari. Neha, are you ready?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Students, I'm repeating again that you cannot fill the option which you have studied in the first semester. Please fill the form very carefully. There will be no editing options. So after attending the orientations, make up your mind, take a wise decision, and then fill the form.
I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, Neha, you may continue.
Yeah, good afternoon to all the teachers and to all the students. I, Dr. Neha Singhal, welcome you all in this VAC orientation. Department of Commerce is floating the paper, VAC paper, Ethics and Culture. So this has been rightly said by Sir Albert Camus that a man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world. So why do we need to study ethics? First of all, we need to develop an in-depth understanding of what is right and what is wrong. All of us are racing in life. We are caught up in this rat race competitive world without understanding what should be the ethical conduct. What should be the conduct in order to make a decision which is in interest of the entire society and not of the individual. So we need to understand ethics in order to learn about morality, in order to learn about integrity, having that feeling of empathy and compassion towards others. So the purpose of teaching this paper is to help the students to explore the ethical and cultural dimensions of our lives. I mean, India is a land of diversity, and we have diversity at workplace, we have diversity in our college. I mean, students from various cultural backgrounds, they come together and they are studying under one roof. So we need to pause. We need to understand. We need to think from the perception of the others as well. We need to understand their thoughts, their emotions, their actions, and this will help the students to express themselves. Okay, we'll be able to participate in the creation of the society which is more towards the acceptance, which is more towards the compassion and justice. After studying this paper, we'll be able to explore the perception based on thoughts, on words, and on actions, which will have an impact on our daily course of life, on our ethical decision-making process. We'll be able to understand why there is a need for an ethical society, why we need to introspect, we need to pause and introspect ourselves. Are we going in a right direction? भाग रहे हैं कभी जॉब के लिए, कभी मनी के लिए, कभी फैमिली के लिए. We need to have that sense of tolerance in us in order to understand the society around us. So here the syllabus is divided into 4 units. The unit 1, we'll be talking about the basis of ethics. I mean, why it is important to why it is important to live an ethical life. Why sharing? And we have been teaching all our children since their birth that sharing is caring. So why we need to have this feeling in order to understand the regional diversity, and in this way we'll be able to promote and accept the diversity of our land. In unit 2, we'll be talking about intelligence, reasons, and emotions. कितने emotions हमारे life में, हमारे रोज हर सेकंड we are pool of emotions basically. So कितने thought process हमारे चलते हैं कि ये thought आया, इसको जाने दे या इसको पकड़ के रखें. So we need to bifurcate that which all emotions are to be kept in our mind, heart and soul, and which all have to be let go, कि उसको छोड़ देंगे तो काम हो जाएगा. Then in unit 3, we'll be studying about cultivating inner values, ethics in the world of work and play. We need to understand, हम बचपन से होता है कि गुस्सा आता है तो बैकवर्ड काउंटिंग शुरू करो और गुस्सा शांत हो जाएगा. वो बैकवर्ड काउंटिंग क्यों करते हैं? गुस्सा आता ही क्यों है? why do we lose our temper? Have we ever felt that कि वो emotion अभी हम अगर pause देके उसको समझते तो शायद regret ना करना पड़ता? What would be the outcome of the situation would have been different? And in the last unit, would be talking about striving a better world. We will be conducting field visits over here. We'll be going to the slum areas. We'll be understanding the diversity. Advertisements देखते हैं हम, TV, movies, सब देखते हैं. उसमें हम कितना देखते हैं कि क्या वो ethical advertisement थी? क्या वहां पे women objectification या male objectification हुआ है? So we need to understand an alternate ethical approach to the given problem. So we'll be talking more about our cultural diversity. We'll be talking about our ethical values, morals, and this has not been given to us by the Western people or by the management thinkers. This has originated from our Vedas, from Ramayana, from Mahabharata. So we'll be talking about all those ethical values and culture in this paper. So if you have any query related to this paper, you can reach Commerce Department, and the Commerce, you can drop your queries at the Commerce email ID as well. I'm messaging that ID on your chat box. You are please free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. Student, you may write your queries in the question answer box. Who is there from Department of Physics with us? Is there anyone from Physics?
Yeah, I'm Sanjeev Kumar here from Department of Physics.
Okay, okay. So I request the admin to make Shivani and Dr. Sanjeev Kumar the co-host. From Dr. Shivani is with us from the Department of Economics. It will give you a brief description about financial literacy. So I just repeat once again that those students who have opted financial literacy in the first semester cannot opt for it in the second semester. Shivani, you may go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good afternoon, students. I'll just share the screen. Is the screen visible?
Yes, your screen. Yes.
Okay. So the Department of Economics is offering the financial literacy. I'll be talking about financial literacy first. So it was the most sought after course in the first semester, and right now we are offering this course to the students who have not studied financial literacy in the first semester. So the syllabus for financial, so we need to first know why do we need, what is the importance of being financially literate. So when you are financially literate, you will be able to increase, you will be able to better manage your funds, and you will be able to raise your standard of living. So with this notion in mind, we are starting with Unit 1, which includes financial planning and financial products, in which we learn about the various aspects of financial planning, how to maintain financial diaries, how to make financial budgets, personal budgets, family budgets, and so on. How we need to save and how to manage those savings, how to diversify our portfolios. With this, we'll come to Unit 2, which is banking and digital payment. Banking will include what are the different types of deposits, fixed deposits, recurring deposits, the difference between NEFT and RTGS. Then we have different forms of digital payments like debit card, credit cards, net bankings, UPI. We'll be learning about all these different forms of digital payment. So when we are using digital transactions as a mean, when we are using financial literacy and we are using e-banking solutions, we need to take certain precautions against online frauds as well. So we'll be learning about different type of online frauds which are happening and which have been on a rise since the recent years. Then we'll go on to the third unit, which is investment planning and management. And here we'll be discussing about different investment opportunities which are there. We'll also be discussing about different types of insurance which are there. Insurance which are offered by the government, insurance which are there by the private sector, and so on. With this, we come to the final unit, which is personal tax, and we'll start this unit by discussing the basic tax structure of India. What are the direct taxes, the indirect taxes, GST, and we'll be talking about personal tax planning. See, when you're earning, when you go to jobs, you'll have to plan not only your savings investments, but your taxes as well. So we learn about how to manage the taxes under tax management. We learn what are the legal ways where you can avoid tax, such as tax avoidance. And we learn how people going for illegal ways, which is known as tax evasion. And the practical aspect of financial literacy will include, it will include some numericals. We'll visit different bank websites and try to find out the different financial products which they offer. Case studies will be there in which you will learn how to make sample budgets, the personal budgets, family budgets, IT returns. We learn how to file IT returns, and then we can also do some surveys in which you can ask, for example, you can ask 10, 15 or 20 people what they know about financial literacy. Have they ever been a victim of online frauds? Do they know how to make digital payments? Do they have bank accounts? So all these questions can be included in the survey. So this was it from my side. And if you have any query, you can mail me on the email ID which has been shared on the screen, and I'll float this on the message group as well. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shivani. There are some queries in the question answer box. Students are asking, do they have to select any one VAC or two VAC? We have asked you to fill your first preference and second preference for VAC. We will try our best to give you your first preference, but if somehow it is not possible, then we will allot you your second preference. So please give your preference, two preferences for VAC. And both the preferences, neither of the preference can match the paper you have studied in the first semester. Okay, so next we have from Department of Physics, Dr. Sanjeev. He'll be giving, digital empowerment. Students, we have shared the feedback and attendance form with you. Kindly fill it up. The link is in the chat box.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, Dr. Sanjeev.
Okay. So I'm Sanjeev Kumar, and our co-teacher is with me, Dr. Sven Kumar. We will be teaching you the digital empowerment. I welcome all the students in this orientation program for value addition courses. So our Department of Physics will be offering digital empowerment for the students for second semester. So what is it? It's digital empowerment is a kind of, every day we know that we use internet, mobile, TV, various kind of digital electronics we are using. So it's a kind of courses that will enable you to effectively use those technology in your everyday life, and all the related, risks or benefits, everything will be taught to you. Why this would be this course should be chosen? Because we know today when we say someone is literate, that doesn't mean he is literate, because the definition of literacy has been changed over the time. And if you do not know the digital technology and how to use that, So we cannot say that you are completely literate or educated. So third is how to do that. What we are following is that in the world of digital technology, we do not get lost there. So we are seeing in today's life that digital tech platforms and virtual worlds are trying to control us. We always scroll our mobile phones or internet. So we have to first prioritize our agenda, digital agenda, where to use it and where not to use it, so that we are not controlled by our digital environment, but we should control them and use for our benefit. The syllabus for digital empowerment are, the first unit is that the digital inclusion and digital empowerment. So in this lesson, in this unit, we'll be reading like needs and challenges of digital inclusion. Like there are digital divide, who are those who are coming from background like rural backgrounds or less financially, we can say the financial disadvantage status. So how to reduce that gap? And there are various kinds of digital India programs like DigiLockers, e-hospital, e-Pathshala, Bhim UPI, e-Kranti, public utility portals of Government of India, like you can file RTI to get any information related health or finance, income tax, anything, even your education. Second is communication and collaboration in the cyberspace. So how you can effectively use your social media handles. There are many things like YouTube or social messaging apps. There are very kinds of things. How you can, in addition to that, we also have video conferencing type of like for education purposes. So these kind of things will be introduced in the courses. Next, the third unit is, what are the security steps we should take whenever we are searching or surfing on the internet or using our mobile phones or doing any banking or transaction or any kind of online transactions. So what are the threats and how to eliminate them and how to effectively use those gadgets. The fourth is ethical issues in digital world. You know, like when you say the educated people should have some etiquettes while interacting with other people in the society. So there are terms called netiquettes. What are the etiquettes you should show or exhibit while you are searching or surfing or using messaging or conferencing app, anything. So what should be the etiquettes there so that you do not lose your temper or anything? There are many terms are there. So what are the ethics in the cyberspace and digital communications, which are very important in today's to save you from the threats posed by the digital world. So these are the 4 units. That is a 2-credit course, and it will have 60-hour classes in 4-hour classes on every Tuesday in the second half. And so take home is that already I have told you that we need to make aware of the people and empower them digitally so that they can use their digital technology. Like we are in today's, we'll be seeing that artificial intelligence is taking over all over our lives. So how we will cope up with all those technical innovations with the time, those are the things we'll be teaching. So if you have any questions or queries and you want to ask me, please direct this email, which are given sksvc@gmail.com, and the mobile number 9966003322. This is my WhatsApp number also. So welcome to you again. And thank you for listening and giving your time. I hope I will see there. You will enjoy these courses. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev. I think this course is the need of the hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Dr. Sanjeev, requested to you to please share your contact details in the chat box also.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
So next we have Dr. Ritika from Department of English. She'll be giving a description of ecology and literature.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt in between. I just want to say one thing here, that Department of Economics is also offering, there is an option where you can choose the students who have taken financial literacy and they want to choose something else. We are offering digital empowerment as well. So sir has already shared the syllabus with everybody. I would just like to say here that as ma'am has also said, this is the need of the hour, digital empowerment after being financially literate or before being financially literate. We need to empower not only ourselves, but the whole society, the whole India. We need to empower them digitally. We need to have a more inclusive society. And for that, we need to have digital empowerment is not the first, but the most important step in this regard. So there will be practical and practice hours in this, where you will be, the syllabus has been shared. So I'll not, I think, I'll not be taking your time in that, but I would just like to say in the practical aspect, you can, engage yourself in surveys, like you can go to the rickshaw pullers or the street vendors, and you can ask them whether they are digitally empowered. The more vulnerable groups of the society, you can ask them whether they know about the Digital India, the flagship program, and what the services are being offered under it. So there are many services which are offered under the Digital India campaign, and it's now a movement. So you can engage yourself in those activities. Then team activities will also be there, where you will be involved in finding about the various digital services in education, health, justice, and finance. Everything will be involved. So it is a very holistic course which is being offered, and Department of Economics is also offering that. So that's it from my side. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, students. I'll again share this on the chat box.
Thank you, Shivani, for your input on this paper as well. As you know, all the VAC papers are independent of department. Whichever department is offering, it does not matter. So now we will continue with the Department of English. Dr. Ritika, are you there with us?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I want to start off with a question. Last night at around 10:30, there was an earthquake. So how many of you felt the tremors? You can raise your hands while I'm switching to the screen, the presentation.
Yes.
Right. So what does that really show us? It just shows us that we say that the environment, this earth is fragile. However, I want to say that we need to change that sentence. I feel that we, human beings, we are the fragile ones here, and we are just one disaster away from extinction, as the pandemic has already shown us. So the VSA that we are offering this semester from the Department of English is Ecology and Literature. It's a fun course. It's exciting. So let me just run you through why we are offering this and what the course is about. The first is that, there is a huge cost that we are paying for this indifference that we have towards the planet. Let me just run with the number 7. In the next 7 years, we'll be living with, according to the United Nations, we'll be living with 1.5 disasters every day. And to give an example, in the 7 days of last month, between 13th and 20th February, there were more than 1,000 forest fires because of climate change. We'll be going over this course through the medium of literature. And literature, of course, it comes into the larger field of humanities, because very simply, it tells us how, this relationship, this interdependence that we have amongst each other as a community is also what we share with the planet. And it is something that we express through words, through poetry, short stories, plays, and it has the power to change the world and us. And lastly, that nature has immense healing power, and this is not just something made up or coming to us from philosophy. It is also scientifically proven. Now, you guys have spent almost 6 months on campus after the college opened, after the pandemic. And if you notice, we have benches in the rock garden. So if you sit on that bench under a tree for 30 minutes, it will lower your cortisol level, which is a stress hormone, lower your cortisol levels by 30%. And that is the power that nature has over us, something that perhaps we miss, realizing living in the cities, in our urban jungles. And Ralph Waldo Emerson, I would like to reiterate what he said in around 200 years back, which is still very true, that in the woods, I feel that nothing can befall me which nature cannot repair. So ultimately, we are going to do this course, and we're offering this course because we have to vote and invest in our future. The course contents, we have, like I said, it's a fun, exciting, happy course. We are going to do 6 poems, 1 short story, 1 play, 1 essay. So it will also take you through the different literary genres, give you an idea of, how we use words to create these different brackets. There are a couple of activities that we have planned to make this like a real world experience to add value to our lives. We are planning a tree plantation on campus. Our campus is already a green campus, so you must have noticed it's a beautiful place to be. So we can contribute to making it even prettier. We can do some bird watching. We can bring our binoculars, sit in the rock garden and do bird watching. And of course, there's always creative writing. The values that we wish to work on are, of course, environmental sensitivity. The concerns that will haunt us, are haunting us right now, we'll express and analyze them through the medium of plays, short stories, and poems. And ultimately, we'll understand that, we together have to work towards this to survive. It is not the planet that needs to survive, it is we who needs to survive. And our vision aligns with what Sir David Attenborough says, that the natural world is the greatest source of excitement, the greatest source of visual beauty, the greatest source of intellectual interest, and it is the greatest source of so much in life that makes life worth living. So please join us as, we kind of live it on campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritika. Sounds very interesting. Now I will go and sit in the rock garden on a bench under a tree.
Please take me along.
So next we have Dr. Monica from Department of Mathematics. She'll be telling you about Vedic mathematics. You may stop sharing, Ritika. And you may share your contact details in the chat box.
My screen is visible now?
Yes, Monica.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Monica Meena from Department of Mathematics, and in this semester, our department is offering the Vedic Mathematics 2 course. So, those who have studied Vedic Mathematics 1 can take this course, or those who haven't, they can also take this course. So, in this course, you will understand the ancient, how the Vedic method, how the mathematics was developed in the Vedic era. So you will understand how you can how you can improve your calculation and all. So in this course, there will be total 4 units. In the first unit, it will be containing of the contribution of Indian mathematician. And then in the second unit, it will be the easy solution for linear equations. Generally, while solving linear equation, we faced quite difficulty. So, but with the help of Vedic method, we will understand. So easily we can compute the linear equations. In the third unit, we will understand about high speed matrix algebra. So in this, we will do how to calculate a matrix determinants and its inverse and all with the help of Vedic mathematics. And in the last unit, we will understand the geometry with the help of Vedic mathematics. So in the ancient time, how the ancient people used to use mathematics in their daily life. And with the help of this course, you will understand, you will able to enhance your computational proficiency in linear algebra and matrices, and you can find a solution, mathematical solution for algebraic expressions. Easily you can get solution for linear equations, and you will appreciate the mathematical advancement of ancient India. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Those students who have not studied Vedic mathematics part 1 also opt for this paper. There is no such eligibility criteria. So next we have Dr. Dhruv from Department of Hindi. He will be giving a description of Bharatiya Bhakti, Parampara or Manav Mulya. Monica, you may stop sharing, please. And you may share your contact details in the chat box. Just a bit, I just want to answer a query. There is a query for Vedic mathematics. Is it limited for people who had maths in 11th and 12th? No, it is not. Any student can opt for it. There is no seat criteria as such. Your preference matters. So there is no seat criteria for VAC at least. GE, I'm not sure. GE is department specific. So departments have restriction of maximum 60 students. It is better to fill the forms as quickly as possible. Dr. Dhruv, please.
आप सभी को नमस्कार। मैं डॉक्टर ध्रुव कुमार भारतीय भक्ति परंपरा और मानव मूल्य के बारे में आप लोगों से कुछ कहना चाहूंगा। ये पेपर आप लोग पढ़ने जा रहे हैं। इसके जो सब पार्ट्स होंगे, एक मिनट, इसमें 3 यूनिट्स होंगी, जिसमें भारतीय भक्ति परंपरा है, जिसमें हम भक्ति के बारे में जानेंगे, उसका कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है या कहाँ शुरू हुआ और आगे किस प्रकार इसका विकास हुआ। उसके बाद भारत के कुछ प्रमुख भक्त हुए हैं और उनके जो विचार आए हैं, हम लोग आज जिनका पालन करते हैं, संत तिरुवल्लुवर से लेकर कबीरदास, रैदास, गुरु नानक जी, सूरदास, बच्चे इनके बारे में जरूर जानते होंगे। और तीसरा मानव मूल्य और भक्ति है। इन 3 के बारे में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे। मैं बहुत ज्यादा टेक्निकलिटीज में तो नहीं जाऊंगा, क्योंकि उसके लिए हमारे पास पूरा सेमेस्टर है बच्चों। लेकिन एक मैं क्वेश्चन आप लोगों के सामने जरूर यह ड्रॉप करके जाऊंगा, या मैं कहूंगा कि पॉइंट जरूर ड्रॉप करके जाऊंगा कि आप लोग यह वाला जो पेपर है बीएससी में, उसको लेके आओ। आप लोग बच्चों 12वीं पास करके ग्रेजुएशन में आए हैं, इसके बाद पीजी में जाएंगे, उसके बाद कोई एमफिल पीएचडी करेगा, एकेडमिक्स में जाएगा, या फिर कोई कॉम्पिटिशन की तैयारी करेगा, आगे चल करके ब्यूरोक्रेट बनेगा, या कुछ लोग बिजनेस करेंगे, या मतलब अलग अलग फील्ड्स में जाएंगे। लेकिन जिस भी फील्ड्स में जाएंगे, आप लोगों को यह चीज का एहसास होना चाहिए, यह चीज मालूम होनी चाहिए कि आप लोग कुछ भी कर रहे हैं तो वह क्यों कर रहे हैं। इस दुनिया में अगर आप लोग आए हैं तो क्या एक बिजनेसमैन बनने के लिए आए हैं, या एक आईपीएस ऑफिसर बनने के लिए आए हैं, या कोई नेता बनने के लिए आए हैं, या फिर जो भी जिस प्रोफेशन में आप जाना चाहते हैं, अपने आप को पहचानने का, अपने आप को जानने का, अपने आप को समझने का यह अवसर, यह पेपर आपको देगा, लोग जब इसमें बात करेंगे। आज हम सब पूरी दुनिया से जुड़ रहे हैं। रूस यूक्रेन में क्या हो रहा है उसके बारे में जानना चाहते हैं, इंग्लैंड में क्या हो रहा है, अमेरिका में क्या हो रहा है, या फिर बड़ी बड़ी जगहों पर क्या हो रहा है उसके बारे में जानना चाहते हैं। लेकिन हमारे खुद के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, हमारे अपने वैल्यूज क्या हैं, हम उन वैल्यूज को लेकर कैसे आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, हमारा परिवार क्या है, हमारा समाज क्या है, और अंततः हमारा राष्ट्र क्या है, हम अपने लिए, परिवार के लिए, समाज के लिए, राष्ट्र के लिए कर क्या सकते हैं, उसके बारे में हम इस पेपर के माध्यम से जानेंगे। जो भी चीजें हम इसमें पढ़ेंगे, वह प्रयास ये रहेगा कि हमको अपने जीवन के बारे में और हमको अंततः अपने उद्देश्यों के बारे में जानकारी दी जाए, इसके बारे में हम पढ़ें। हमारी भक्ति परंपरा में अगर तुलसीदास जी हुए हैं, आप लोग जानते हैं, उन्होंने राम को लेकर के कोई काव्य लिखा, रामचरितमानस अगर उन्होंने लिखा, तो क्यों ऐसा है कि तुलसीदास आज पूरे समाज में, पूरे जनमानस में प्रतिष्ठित हैं। सूरदास जी ने अगर श्री कृष्ण जी को लेकर के कुछ लिखा, उनको लेकर के कविताएं लिखी, तो क्यों ऐसा है कि सूरदास जी पूरे जनमानस में प्रतिष्ठित हैं। लोग अपने परिवार के सदस्यों के बारे में उतना नहीं जानते हैं जितना कि सूरदास जी और तुलसीदास जी के बारे में जानते हैं। ऐसा क्यों है? क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने मानव मूल्यों को लेकर के, उन्होंने मानव के जो आंतरिक गुण होते हैं, समाज के लिए उन्होंने क्या क्या किया है, उसको लेकर के उन्होंने कविताएं लिखी हैं। और इसी कारण वो आज भी हमको एक राह दिखाते हैं, इसी कारण आज भी हमको एक समाज अच्छा बने, इसके चलते वो एक संदेश देते हैं। आगे चल करके हम सभी इस पेपर में मानव मूल्य क्या है, भक्ति की परंपरा कैसी है, क्या है, और आगे चल करके हम अपने जीवन में क्या कर सकते हैं, इसके बारे में हम लोग आप लोग जीवन में कितना भी आगे बढ़े, लेकिन जैसा कि मैंने पहले अभी कहा, जो भी कुछ करें, जो भी कुछ अचीव करें, जो भी कुछ आप लोग जीवन में हासिल करें, लेकिन प्रयास ये करें कि अपने आप को कभी भूलें ना। प्रयास ये करें कि अपने समाज को, अपने परिवार को और सबसे प्रमुख अपने राष्ट्र को कभी भूलें ना। तो हम इस पेपर में आगे चल करके ये पढ़ेंगे, इसलिए मेरा आग्रह रहेगा आप लोगों से कि आप लोग यह सभी पेपर जरूर ऑप्ट करें। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर ध्रुव, आपने बहुत सुंदर तरीके से इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया।
थैंक यू।
So next we have Dr. Nuti, Dr. Nuti Namita from Department of History. Dr. Dhruv, you may please stop sharing.
I'm not allowed. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nuti Namita. The Department of History is offering the paper Gandhi and Education for VAC. If we talk about adding values to our lives and to the education system, nothing can be more relevant than Gandhi and his thoughts on education. This paper seeks inspiration from Gandhi's philosophy on education, how he focused on moral and character development, how Gandhi saw the holistic development of a personality as a part and parcel of the education system, focusing not only on literacy, but also on various skill and vocational development. How to develop and nurture self-reliance. The principles of NEP 2020 are very closely aligned to Gandhi's thoughts on education. Can you please share the third slide? The syllabus of this paper is divided into 3 units. The first unit is Gandhi's philosophy on education. And this first unit talks about how to build character and moral development, education related to health, hygiene, heritage, and handicraft, the 4 H's which Gandhi focused on so much. The unit 2 is about Gandhi's educational ideas on use of Indian languages.
Sorry to interrupt, Nuti.
Yeah.
Sunita, slides are not moving.
Yeah. Gandhi's educational ideas on use of Indian languages as a medium of instruction, which is again a very, very intrinsic part of NEP 2020, and also about his thoughts on elementary and adult education and on his vision about higher education. Unit 3 is about Gandhi's educational thoughts on skill and vocational education, how handicraft development and how rural development based on local skill development should be encouraged, and also about Gandhi's ideas on self-reliance and on its reflection on contemporary educational policy. This paper, VAC paper, as you all know, consists of one lecture and one practical. And as part of the practical portion, there are several projects which we can do. We can go to field visits to Gandhi Museum and Library, and also try to conduct workshops in collaboration with the Gandhi Bhavans and Gandhi Ashram, which is located in Delhi. Or we can also adopt a small locality within Delhi, and either work for its Swachhata mission, or we can try to develop some kind of skill amongst the local population of that area. For example, if you can go to a small cluster of or a colony which is not so well off, or which is a small slum colony, you can go and teach the children over there about computer literacy and something like that, which will benefit the young adults in these areas. And so this is what we can do as practicals. My contact details are also mentioned, and there in the last slide. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuti. You may write your contact details in the chat box. Who is with us from Department of Pol Science? Is there anyone? Department of Political Science? Okay, somebody has raised hand. Amit, I have promoted you as a panelist. Please rejoin. Yeah.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, a very good evening to everyone. Myself, Amit Yadav from Department of Political Science, and the Department of Political Science is offering value addition course titled Constitutional Values and Fundamental Duties. Now, the main purpose of this course is to, firstly, the core objectives of this course is to firstly enrich the students about the knowledge and relevance of the Constitution, also to highlight or put light upon the founding fathers of our Constitution, what were the aspirations and ambitions which were enshrined in the Constitution, and also to somewhere develop a kind of an awareness among the students about the fundamental rights and fundamental duties, and also to inculcate this sense of constitutionalism in our thought as well as in our action. Now, the most important part of this value addition course is to put those values and the constitutional values and fundamental duties which are given in our Constitution, to put them in our everyday life and help in national building. Now, the syllabus is divided into 3 units. The first unit is basically an introduction to the Constitution, whereby we will be discussing about the core concepts which are given in the Constitution. For example, republic, separation of powers, sovereignty, socialism, democracy. What does these concepts mean and how they are practiced, or how much relevant they are in today's times? Secularism as one example, how we have transitioned in a sense that to what extent is it required or not required. So we'll be dealing on these concepts in first unit. The second unit highlights about the major themes which are mentioned in our preamble of our Constitution. For example, justice, be it social, political, or economic; liberty, or say our fundamental right for freedom of speech and expression; and various debates or contestations which have taken place in this theme. Another is equality, to what extent we have achieved an egalitarian society, or say to what extent the principles which are mentioned in directive principles, to what extent we have achieved them. The third unit is on fundamental duties, which majorly has been neglected in a sense that in most of the papers that has not been taught. So we'll be highlighting on the importance of fundamental duties as well as fundamental rights, that on one side we mostly talk about fundamental rights, but on the other hand we are not talking about fundamental duties and their importance, or their current status, in a sense that whether they are justiciable, or what is the judicial approach that has been taken in respect of fundamental duties. Now, there is, as per the examination scheme, there is a continuous evaluation part in which is done on the basis of the group discussions which will take place in the class, or documentary screenings, for example, Samvidhan, or there are other screenings which we can conduct. For the practical part, there can be group project, there can be surveys, questionnaires, whereby the students will assess the from the respondents how much they are aware of fundamental duties and the fundamental rights or the constitutional values in general they are aware of. So I would encourage students to opt for this paper, and I'll share my details, my contact number and details in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Amit. Students, attendance cum feedback form link has been shared in the chat box. Please fill that form. There is a query that if a same department is offering a different paper, can we opt for it? Like physical education department offered sports for life in the previous semester and now offering Fit India. Yes, you can very much opt. It's not the department, it is the paper which you cannot repeat. So next we have Dr. Sumit from Department of Zoology. He will be telling you about emotional intelligence.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to tell you about emotional intelligence that we are offering, Department of Zoology, myself, Dr. Sumit. So once the Aristotle told anyone can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person to the right degree and at the right time for the right purpose and in the right way, this is not easy. So generally emotions control us a lot and our productivity also depends upon it. So generally emotions distracts us a lot. That's why in today's world, most of the CEOs are hired for their intellect and business expertise, but are fired for the lack of emotional intelligence. That is a very big problem in today's world. In a survey which shows, is my slides visible?
Yes.
Okay. In a survey, a 40-year study at the UC Berkeley reported that emotional intelligence is nearly 4 times more powerful than intelligence quotient in predicting success. A person who is more stable in emotional intelligence is 4 times more successful as compared to IQ, with better IQ. An internal study by the PepsiCo revealed that managers with high EI levels outperformed annual targets by 15 to 20%. And according to the study by the Motorola SHRM, 93% of the employees at a Motorola plant became more productive after adopting different emotional intelligence program for stress relief. So according to the World Economic Forum, Future of the Job reports, EI will break into the top 10 job skills from 2021 and onwards. So emotional intelligence is of much importance in today's world to be successful beside your subject knowledge. We have a syllabus that covers the intrapersonal skill as well as interpersonal skill. To know self-awareness, emotions, social awareness, how we behave, the self-management of emotions, and that regulates the relationship management, that how to control the relationship with the others, and that affects the self-performance and also the performance of the other people. All these are the parts of our syllabus in different units. We have a comparative study, around 1500 publications has been published comparing the people with low emotional intelligence and high emotional intelligence. And this is the outcome, that a person with low emotional intelligence is aggressive, demanding, egotistic, bossy, and confrontational, whereas high emotional intelligence are assertive, ambitious, driving, strong-willed, and decisive. So there are a lot of different parameters that compares the low emotional intelligence and high emotion. So we will be discussing this in quite details. So it is increases the personality of a person several fold. Certain things which problems a lot, that we discuss about the different kinds of emotions. We know that we suffers at, depending upon the circumstances, we can be joyful, we can create a trust. So we will be also dealing with the complex emotions. As you can see in this chart, that if joy and trust is overlapping, these two emotions are overlapping each other, then a complex emotion, love, is created. Similarly, if fear is complex with trust, then submission comes into the action. And surprise and sadness is complex, then disappointed. So how the emotions controls our brain, different emotions coming together is controlling our brain. We will be doing it in the practical classes also, as well as in the theoretical classes also. So the emotional intelligence is always improves our decision making, decrease occupational stress, reduce the staff turnover in the corporates, increased personal well-being, increased leadership ability, and increased team performance. I will be telling you a very small story, a very short story of a class, that suppose in a normal class day, a student, Mohit, who is very low in emotional intelligence and rather not bother about, is not able to read the emotions of the people. When the other peoples are irritated, worried, or sad, he comes to the college to meet his friends. You can take a hypothetical name, Shreya, and who is very sad and staring at the ground with the arms folded, and her eyes are little red and puffy. Then the Mohit start chit-chatting it, and which is not paying the attention what's the real, and that causes a lot of things, like it's emotional intelligence is all about observing the others' emotions as well as your own emotions, reading it out. So it creates the entire story we will discuss in the class. The entire story is like that, with as you are not able to understand others emotions as you perceive or talk to them, it creates the other problems with the time. So we will be discussing that one. And we have one more, that it is all about the analytical or the logical reasoning, that whatever the problems that are created, you have to be very analytical in analyzing that problem, and then the solutions will be given. So this is all about the emotional intelligence, and it is a 2-credit course, and a lot of experiential learning is involved in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit, for such a lovely description of the course. Okay, now you may stop sharing. You may share your contact details in the chat box. From Sociology Department, who is with us?
Yeah, ma'am, Dr. Sabah Firdaus here.
Okay, okay. So Dr. Sabah will be giving a description of culture and communication.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Sabah Firdaus from the Department of Sociology. So Sociology is offering the course, the VAC course, Culture and Communication. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. So this is a this course, Culture and Communication, is a 2-credit course where theory and practical are the two very integral components of the course. The syllabus of the course is divided into 3 broad themes. Ethical values, the unit 1 is ethical values from Indian culture heritage, which includes Vasudeva Kutumbakam. These are the Sanskrit lines emerging from Maha Upanishad that demonstrate an all-inclusive attitude of our Indian tradition. Secondly, united we stand, divided we fall. It is unity in diversity is something that we have been practicing for thousands of years. Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat stands on the principle that the knowledge of the different cultures, traditions, and practices will lead to unity and integrity of India. The second unit, which is developing the life skills, include empathy, adaptability, conserving our natural resources, sharing knowledge resources, empathy, which is very important nowadays, that is sensitivity, being sensitive towards others' experiences and feelings. Adaptability is the quality of being able to adjust to situations. And of course, conserving our natural resources is the need of the hour. Sharing knowledge resources is also very, very important. One of the very important life skills that we are going to cover under this unit in detail. Third unit is effective communication in everyday life. Now, this includes empathetic listening, considerate speaking, analytical reading, and informed writing. Now, these are the effective communication methods that will be taught not only theoretically, but also will be covered by the practical aspect of the course, which will engage students in a variety of practical activities within the class. Secondly, the next slide. Yeah, so the focus areas of this course is going to be on learning the traditional values disseminated from Indian cultural heritage, to understand the interconnections between the legacy of the past and needs of our contemporary society, to learn to adapt, interact, and celebrate our diversity and pluralistic culture, to develop communication skills in speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and to integrate ethical values and life skills. So the outcome of the course, which is which is going to benefit the students immensely, will be students will be able to appreciate the relevance of ancient Indian wisdom and core ethical values in our contemporary life. Students will be able to engage in a dialogue between the past and the present and inculcate the best principles towards a meaningful life. Students will be encouraged to involve themselves in teamwork and group activities to address challenges faced in metropolitan cities. They'll be able to develop communication skills, that is analytical reading, empathetic listening, considerate speaking, as well as informed writing. Extension activities will equip the students drawn from diverse backgrounds with life skills and confidence to integrate with a multicultural environment and work towards an inclusive community. They'll be encouraged to envisage and work towards an ethically robust society and thereby strengthen the nation. Now, as I said, that the practical part is a very integral component of this course. So there'll be a number of things that this course will involve the students in, such as the students will be asked to conduct surveys, interviews in their neighborhood or commuting routes to assess the nature and quality of negotiating our cultural diversity and pluralistic traditions. They would be assigned visits to old age homes, hospitals, cancer wards, etc., to interact and write about their experiences with old people, caregivers, patients, nursing staff, helpers, etc. They'll also be assigned visits to historically important places and monuments within the city and also converse with the tourists in order to trace a comprehensive view of the rich cultural history of India. They may create video documentaries, take and record tourist interviews, write a journey entry of the visit using the communication skills learned. They'll make group presentations or individual reports on the activities undertaken. Discussions with classmates and the teacher will be undertaken to evolve clarity of vision on the ethical values and effective communication skills learned through this course. So theory as well as the practical aspect of the course is something that's very interesting in this course, which will be developed in course of time as the teaching goes on. So I welcome all the students who want to take this course, and I assure them that it is definitely going to be a very interesting course, which we'll try to develop and learn in a very interesting way. So I welcome students. And I'm sharing my email ID. Any queries, I'm happy to answer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sabha. There is a query that link for SAC and VAC form is not working. Yes, link is not working. It is not taking responses as of now. After the orientation, you just make up your mind. Tomorrow there is SAC orientation. You decide which SACs you want to go for. What is your first preference? What is your second preference? After tomorrow's orientation, the link will start taking responses. Next, we have Department of Statistics, Dr. Chetan.
I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I'm very thankful to the IQAC department and Dipti ma'am to give this opportunity to speak about that paper that we will float in this semester. Basically, we are floating the Swachh Bharat. So I'm just sharing my screen. Just tell me, my screen is visible to all?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I think it is clearly or something. Now it is visible to you. My screen is visible now, completely.
Completely visible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Basically, our department is offering in this semester the Swachh Bharat. Basically, this Swachh Bharat paper, this is a value addition course that we are floating this semester. In this Swachh Bharat paper, we are just offering three different components. That is one is the practical aspect and other is the theoretical aspect. After reading this paper, you become an ideal citizen for our country or for any country. My point is that for any country. In this paper, we will develop on some read on challenges and understanding the challenges towards the sanitation infrastructure and practices in our country, value of the cleanliness, hygiene and waste management and other related scenarios. We will study about the waste management techniques which will be useful for our country in future, and by using this technique how we will serve our society and nation. This is the one few learning outcomes of this paper. After learning this outcome, we will become a Swachhta warriors and an ideal citizen of our country. This entire paper divided into the three different units, or we can say that the component. In that three units, we will study about the introduction to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Basically, this Abhiyan is offered by the government of India, and government of India is spending a lot of money on this component, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and we will study about that introduction to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And in the another component, we will understand about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan in rural and urban areas. What are the differences and how what are the different challenges we are facing in the rural area, and what are the challenges we are facing in that urban areas, and what are the prospects and challenges in our country overall, like auditing, after doing the auditing and community mobilizations and different aspects. This is the component that we have to study in the theory part. And what is the main aspect of the practical part? There's a second important component. In that practical part, we will offer, or we will try to find out some innovative idea to minimize the waste that we are producing every year, every month, in every household, conducting the interviews with the stakeholders to understand what is the level of awareness that they have, in the rural as well as in the urban area or nearby our society, conducting the cleanliness drives. This is basically related to the outreach activities that we have to do. This is the part of the curriculum. So we will go there and conduct the awareness program and cleanliness drives. And also, lot of NGOs are offering the internship program. I already talked with some NGOs that they will offer the internship program in this field. So we will connect with them also to do the internship in that particular field. So in that way, we can just try to understand about the importance of Swachhta in our daily life as well as for our nation. So by opting this paper, we will understand the importance of Swachh Bharat, Swachhta in our life. And basically, I'm just sharing my contact details. Here you can contact to our TIC also, or you can contact me as Chetan. I'm in the Department of Statistics. You can come to me anytime for any query. You can talk with me, and my mobile number is also there. I will leave my details in the chat box also. You can connect me anytime. At the end, before ending my words, मैं एक बात कहना चाहूंगा, स्वच्छता हमारा अधिकार भी है और जिम्मेदारी भी है. जय हिंद. Thank you everybody. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Chetan. Department of Sanskrit. Is there anyone with us? Chetan, you may stop sharing.
Yes, I'm just sharing. I'm just stopping my.
The form for SAC and VAC will start taking responses after tomorrow's orientation. Please make a note of it. Students, you may write your queries in the chat box. We have shared a Google form for attendance and feedback. Kindly fill it up. There is a VAC course offered by Department of Sanskrit named Panchkosha Holistic Development of Personality. I think due to the busy schedule, no one could join us. You can check out the syllabus. I have shared the link with you. The link is in that notification also, which you have received yesterday from the college. Department of Physical Education is offering Fit India VAC. You can check the syllabus of this also. It has 1 credit theory and 1 credit practical. Because of the busy schedule of the teachers, they could not join us. You may type your queries in the question answer box. Okay. We'll again share the Google form for attendance and feedback.
Ma'am, I've shared it just now. It's there in the chat box.
Please check the chat box. It is shared just now. You may write your queries, students. Okay, if there is no query, so I just wish all the students good luck with, we are providing a very good choice and teachers have very nicely given the description. I thank all the teachers who gave the idea of the beauty of all these VAC courses. I'm sure this will help the students to take an informed choice for VAC papers for the second semester as per their interest. I thank the Criteria 1 team, Dr. Arpita, Dr. Monica, Dr. Sunita, Dr. Rekha. Thank you for coordinating this event. I thank the system administration at the back end, and I thank all the students for making it useful. So wish you good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you, ma'am, the criteria coordinator, Dr. Deepti Jain.
We can have a pic now.
Yeah. So all are requested to kindly please switch on your cameras so we can have a good picture. Done, Monica?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Fine. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.